We have a test on checks and balances?
Oh my
God. I don't even know what the teacher's talking about?
For real?
Windows 3!
Get out of here!
Yeah, it's kind of hard to understand.
Well, basically, it's the counterbalancing influence by which an organization or system is regulated. Typically, those ensuring that political power is not concentrated in the hands of individuals or groups.
I don't understand what you just said.
Yeah, if only someone could make it easier for us to understand.
Have no fear, the checks and balances song is here!
Where did you come from?
I have a song for you guys that'll be ingrained into your minds in no time. The checks and balances song.
Checks and balances, what are even checking each other? Just like at school where we check on our brothers. They always check each other in a different way to make sure the balance of the government does its way. But how exactly do these branches check each other, you ask? What's showing you through the song is the next task.
The executive branch, the law, they enforce it. It involves the president who makes everything lit. The way they check the branch of the judiciary is the president nominating judges, as they say beneficiary. The way they check the people of the legislative is vetoing congressional legislation to ensure it's regulative. There are no other checks for this branch in particular, but with the next branch of government, it's basically extracurricular.
Legislative branch, which makes the laws, has a lot more checks, but that don't give them probable cause, as they're still equal with the triplets in crime. Executive, judicial can't even deal with my rhymes. The way that they check the guys at the judicial is impeach judges through Congress if they see it beneficial. They can also confirm the president's nominations to strengthen the core of the United States foundation. The way they check the guys at the executive is control the budget of Congress and all their representatives. They can also impeach the big man, the president, if they see him unfit and a worthless peasant. Those are the checks that the legislative does. Now let's move on to the judicial buzz. The judicial branch, which interprets the laws, have checks and other balances that give them the cause of so much stress within the government, but in the long run it helps them reach the summit. The way they check the executive group is to declare presidential acts unconstitutional with an ice cream scoop. The way they check the legislative gang is to declare laws unconstitutional and make the Senate go, dang! Similar to the executive, judicial's got two simple checks, but that doesn't change. Their work is incredible effect.
How could I forget real life examples? Well, they're coming right up. By the way, I'll give you the handles. An example of executive check is Robert Nixon nominating a judge. Like, what the heck? An example of a judicial check is whenever a law has been declared unconstitutional, like it's a pain in the neck. Such a laws dealing with slavery, which took a lot of bravery, but laws eventual change of the power of the judiciary. The last example, which is the check of lawmakers. And when Richard Nixon was impeached for being a faker. I hope you enjoyed this song on checks and balances, and I don't know how to rhyme, so peace.
Yo, that song was awesome. Now I understand.
Basically, all three branches are allowed to make checks on each other in order to balance each other out.
The executive branch can veto congressional legislation, which checks the legislative, and can nominate the judges through the president, which checks the judicial.
Correct, and the legislative branch can confirm the president's nominations through Senate and can impeach and remove judges from the office in Congress, which checks the judicial. They can also approve the presidential nominations and can control the budget through the Congress and can also pass laws over the president's veto, which and impeach the president, which checks the executive branch.
Awesome. Now Josh, can you explain the judicial branch and the checks that they have on the executive and the legislative branches?
The judicial branch can declare presidential acts as unconstitutional through the court, which checks an executive branch, and can declare laws unconstitutional through the court, which checks an legislative branch.
Nice job, everyone. I hope you all now understand the principle of checks and balances in the U.S. government.
This is great and all, but when has checks and balances ever occurred in the U.S. government?
Did you check out the song?
Oh yeah, Andrew Johnson vetoed over 20 bills in the Civil War Congress, overrode over 20 presidential vetoes. Ronald Reagan once appointed Judge Robert Bork to the Supreme Court, and in 1918, Congress refused to ratify the Treaty of Versailles.